94.1, the rhythm of the valley is Romeo. So the fair is over. I got to tell you what happened at the fair. And so I was at the fair. I was by myself. I was over at the fireman's booth watching the football game, having a couple of beers. Well, I ran into a friend of mine. Now, I've known this woman. I've known her probably 25 years, right? And she's a great friend. A lot of respect for her. Just, you never want to meet your heroes, right? Isn't that what they always say? So I'm sitting there watching the game and I hear these girls behind me just doing hoish activities, right? Like nonsense, loud, just hoish activities. You know what I'm talking about at the fair, which there's nothing wrong with that, right? So I look over and it's her and a couple of other girls, right? Now, these women are in their 40s. Now, let me explain this to you because I want you to understand. What she was doing was perfectly okay if you're 20, okay? If you're in your 20, if you're 25, okay? There's nothing wrong with being single and living life. Absolutely. I know when I use the term hoe, or hoe activities, everybody takes it as in a derogatory way. That's not what I mean. I have no problem with single women doing single things, right? But at a certain age, shouldn't you be doing them differently? Now she's got divorced, she's back on the market, so she's out doing what 40. How many of you know a 40-year-old woman, 40-plus-year-old woman whose husband did her dirty and now she's back on the market, looks amazing, looks great for her, not for her age, but looks great. She's out there just doing what you should be doing, But here is my dilemma or question for you. Hoe activities at 25 are different than hoe activities at 45. Okay? A single 25-year-old woman does not have the same experience as a divorced 45-year-old woman. Right? Now, both of you are in the same boat. You're single. Both of you look great. And you're out, maybe you're trying to have a good time, enjoy your life, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with. But at 45, shouldn't you be hoeing with some class? You got a lot more common sense. You've experienced life. You've been through a marriage. You've been through a life. And now you're back on the scene. But shouldn't you be hoeing with some class? You got to be better than that in your 40s, right? Or am I wrong about that? In your 20s, you're young, you're dumb, you don't got the same accountability, you don't have the same money, you don't have the same, it's a different life. So it's just a different, I don't want to say hoeing in your 20s is classless, but hoe activities in your 20s is different than hoe activities in your 40s, right? You should do it with a little class. I don't know what that means, but when you look at it and you go, wait a second, you're better than that. RD42547. Am I wrong? Romeo, it's on 94.1. On 94.1, the rhythm of the valley is Romeo, RD42547. Yo, Rome, there seems to be a lot of women out there going through divorces. And they out running these streets like they're 20. You are not lying. You got to love these Bakersfield women. Well, I mean, yeah. But there's nothing wrong with, that's the thing. There's nothing wrong with it, okay? It's just, what I'm saying is this. Maybe I'll put it to you in terms like this. The way you party after 40 versus the way you party under 40 should look different, right? Because one makes you look bad and the other just makes you look like a dumb kid having a great time in life, right? Hey, Rome, 40's the new 20. Yeah, I wouldn't say all that. It's just if you're going to party or you're going to pull some hoe activities after you've gone through that divorce, which a lot of you women do. There's a lot of you out there. Just you got to do it with a little more class than the 25-year-old. Let me ask you this question. Here's a good question for you. If the 45-year-old single life, now that you've gone through some life, you've had a divorce, you've had a family, you've had whatever, and you've gone through it, do you think you would look at the 25-year-old single version of you that has not gone through all that left? Do you think you guys are equal? You just got to party with class. Hoe with class. That's what I think. All right, 842-547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm in the valley. It's Romeo. I ran into a friend of mine at the fair on Friday night. She's gone through a divorce. She's about 40. I think she's 45, 46. Now, don't get me wrong. She's a good friend of mine, amazing person. I really have a lot of respect for her. What do I say? She looks amazing, but she's out doing some hoe activities, which she should be doing at this point in her life, all right? She's out of a relationship. She's single again. What's she supposed to be doing? Sitting at home, reading books and staring at the wall? No. But at that age, she should be hoeing with some class, you know? You can't be doing this. A 40-something-year-old out of a divorce with more common sense, more life experience should not be doing the same shenanigans as a 25-year-old. But man, I told her, though. I had to tell her. You guys probably wonder, did you tell her, Romeo? Yeah, I told her. Good morning, what's going on?
What's up, Romeo?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, you know what? You hit the topic. You got it. Me and my man were talking this barely right now this morning, and you know what? A whole activity is going on in my house today.
What? What?
Let me tell you, this man, he wears Levi's and a plain shirt to go to work every day. And just now he came out in some ripped pants that these 25-year-old kids are wearing today. And I said, look at you. What is this? All of a sudden, he switched it up. Whole activity does not look the same on a 30-year-old man like it does on a 25-year-old boy.
Oh, my God, that's hilarious.
So let me tell you, Romeo, whole activity is real. And let me see how many females out there agree with me that you know when your man switches it up out of nowhere.
Oh, that is so hilarious. You're right.
But anyway,
right.
Keep it up, Romeo.
All right, thanks for calling. It does work both ways, by the way. I just saw it working from the female perspective on Friday. I'm just saying, my buddy, okay, so my boy, when I was in college, my boy owned a club called the Davis Grad in Davis, California. So we would hang out there all the time. Club nights, DJs, all that stuff. College kids stuff, right? There would always be one old man in there in his 40s, just grooving, out of place. I mean, I don't know why they let my man in that spot, but he probably went to school there in the 70s, never left. But I'm just saying, hoe activities is different in your 20s than your 40s, okay? You can't be doing it. And I know exactly what she's talking about. I see these dudes in their 40s and 50s running around. I saw it at Paso a few weeks ago, running around just because they got a slender body and, they ain't overweight like a hard-working 40-year-old, 50-year-old man. They dressing like they 20. It's not the same, and I know it, and it's hard to explain it to you people because men, it's easier to explain to. Women, it's hard to explain to because a lot of you women, you look amazing in your 40s and your 50s. I mean, you look amazing. You work hard, you eat right, Lululemons do you right, and you look great. But come on, man, you're still in your 40-plus range, okay? And you can't be pulling the same whole activities as you did when you were young. This is how I always think about it. Competing against yourself. What if you, at 45, you're divorced, you're out there back on the scene again, you're trying to make it happen, you gotta do some hoe activities, and you had to compete with the 25-year-old version of you. Then what would you think? I bet the 25-year-old version would laugh you under the table. All right, 842-547-7. It's Romeo. It's on 94.1. Out of 4.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. So it's funny. I ran into a friend of mine out at the fair on Friday night, and she's 40 something, mid 40s, 45, 46, right? And she's out there doing some hoish activities at the fair, which perfectly understandable, right? She's single again. She's back on the market. She got to do what you got to do. But as I told her, you got to do your whole activities in your 40s got to be classier than in your 20s. She was just doing some dumb stuff, like a young single girl would do who doesn't have no experience, playing that dumb ditzy blonde. By the way, that dumb ditzy dumb act doesn't work in your 40s. It's not cute. It works in your 20s, absolutely, but not in your 40s. And she was trying to pull that, and I was like, "What are you doing?" I even told her that. What are you doing? You're not dumb. You're way smarter than you're acting right now. You got half your stuff out right now. What are you doing? You're better than that. And I just think that we have a big problem in Bakersfield. Actually, it's not a problem. But here's the problem. We have a problem in Bakersfield to the extent that there are a lot of women in their 40s to 50s who are getting cheated on by their husbands or getting traded in by their husbands, and now they're back on the single scene. Yet, they're acting like they haven't, they're acting like they don't know how to hoe with class, all right? You're smarter. You're better. You don't need to act like the 25-year-old who has to, who's driving the Honda Civic that she got when she was a kid, and she's over here trying to get free drinks and appetizers. You women don't have to do that. You got spousal support coming in. You got child support coming in. You got a little bit of money. You don't got to be acting like that. Okay? I'm just saying. Have a little class. You should be that upper echelon, not the lower echelon. All right, 842-547-7. She was cracking up when I told her that. And then I don't know, she went off with her friends. But I thought it was funny because there is a difference. There is, and I want all of you to think, all of you women right now who are over 40 and single, think about what the 20-year-old would say to you. And if you had to compete with the 20-year-old version of you. It's Romeo, it's out at 4.1. Out at 4.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo, RD 42547. I was telling you about a friend of mine. She's divorced. She's been divorced for about 8 months now. So I ran into her at the fair. What do you expect? 45-year-old divorce, 46, some divorced woman out there hanging out. What is she going to do? You know what I'm saying? You got to get it back in that scene. That scene's tough nowadays. But, boy, it's kind of embarrassing for her. Because she's, when you're out partying in your 40s versus partying in your 20s, you should be handling yourself differently, right? Especially since you've been married, you're divorced, you have a little bit of money, you're not that 20-something-year-old that's unaccountable to anything or nothing and broke. So you should be out partying, living that single life, trying to get back out there. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But you should be doing it with a little bit of class, a little bit differently, right? You should dress a little more conservatively. I'm not saying, with the, turtleneck on, but I'm saying you shouldn't be dressing like a 20-something. You should be dressing like your age. All right? And you shouldn't be playing that dumb woman who doesn't know anything, because you do know something. If you're a 20-something-year-old with no life experience at all, you should be acting that way. If you're a 40-something-year-old that's gone through a marriage and divorce and seen some stuff, you should be acting like that. Don't go back to the dumb, ditzy girl. That's not you. RD 42547. Hey, Rome. Respectfully, I'm going to have to ask you to stop talking about this. I'm a 36-year-old welder. I'm single. I'm in great shape. these divorced women love me. These 40 to 50 plus year old women, when I walk into places they all just stare at me and want to say hi. I couldn't tell you how many divorced women I have slept with in Bakersfield. But man, Rome, you're ruining it for me. How am I ruining it for you? Because I'm telling them, I didn't say they can't be hooking up. I didn't say I didn't say not to hook up with you. I'm just saying publicly, when people look at you from the outside, you should be doing hoe activities with some class. Don't be on the bar with your boobs out. That's all I'm saying. They can still go home with you, bro. I'm not trying to ruin your game. I'm not trying to discourage any divorced woman if that's your thing and how you're running game. I'm not trying to discourage that. I'm just saying publicly, hold yourself to a higher standard, okay? That's all. You've experienced way too much in life to not. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. Monday Night Football. Last night, we were just to wing it. I just told you guys we were hanging out every Monday night from 5 to 7 p.m. for the football games. Last night, who played? We had 2 Monday Night Football games. I actually need to look up the final scores because I was, let me see here, because I didn't watch. They were 2 terrible teams. Monday Night Football was great, by the way. Everybody came out, had a good time. I mean, they were garbage games. The Jets suck. The Dolphins suck. The Bengals suck. The Broncos suck. I mean, there were 4 teams that are bottom of the barrel in the NFL, but a great crowd. Everybody came out. It was packed. We had a good time. We gave out tickets, had fun, had some beer, had some wings, and just enjoyed the night. It was actually, it was kind of like old school Monday Night Football. Back in the day, Monday Night Football used to be a night to get together. Either get together at your house with your friends, or you'd go out and it'd be like everybody would be out hitting on each other. You didn't care about football. About 50% of the crowd were football fans. The other 50% were just people wanting to go out and party with other people, singles hanging out, trying to get hit on. That's what it was like last night. A bunch of girls out there with their friends out there looking like they were ready to get hit on by you guys, and you guys were too busy on your phones, not paying attention to what was going on. So worked out great for everybody. But yeah, it was. It's kind of the last few nights at Just Wing It. The Monday Night Footballs have been great. People have been coming out just to hang out, just to have a couple of drinks, eat some wings, eat some food, watch it. I don't even know if you guys are watching the game. Hanging out with your friends, having fun. I mean, it was great. It's really been great the last few weeks. Hopefully, we can keep it up for the rest of the year. RD4254 7 to 7. What was I going to say about? Well, there's nothing to say about last night's games. All 4 of those teams are not going to make the playoffs. They all suck, so it doesn't really matter. Was I going to say something else about football? I don't think so. I don't think I got anything about football today. RD4254 7 to 7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. I forgot to tell you guys this the other day, yesterday, because it was funny. It's funny. And because I know how many of you have dealt with this. I know you guys all have dealt with this, especially if you got a big family and a big Mexican family. So I was at a family gathering Sunday, and I have this, they were asking if they can use my ice chest. I have this, those big Yeti 40-quart, 40-gallon ice, whatever those big Yeti ice chest tubs are. And I said, yeah, no problem. So we go to set up for the event, and I bring my tub, and we fill it up with ice and soda and water and everything. Well, I was going to leave earlier than the event was ending, right? So I'm sitting there, and I'm getting ready to leave, and they're still, everybody's still doing their thing, because I had to, it's Sunday night. I had to come back to, I had to get up early, so I was going to leave earlier. So I get my tub, and I start taking everything out of it and putting it in the refrigerator outside. They have a little refrigerator with their patio area. So I start taking everything out of my tub and I'm putting it in the refrigerator. Now, these Yeti tubs are what? $400 or $500? How much these Yeti tubs cost? I don't even know. Probably $400 or $500. And so I start taking out the stuff, and somebody at the party walks up and goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm getting ready to leave. Taking my tub with me, putting everything in the refrigerator." And right as this person does it, my Thea walks up, and my Thea goes, everybody knows to take their ice chest when you leave this family's party. You don't ever leave an ice chest at this family's party. And then my Theo, her husband, comes up and we're talking about it, and he starts helping me take everything out. And we're laughing because how many times has that happened to you? You go, you got a big family, you have a family gathering, you got either an ice chest or you have a fold-up table. Those disappear a lot also. And you could even have your name on it. Don't ever leave it. Don't ever come back the next day to get it because it will never be there, right? So my Theo starts laughing. He goes, you don't know how many times I showed up. Now, remember, my Theo married into this family. He married into the family. He goes, you don't know how many times I showed up to a family function and there's my table with my name on it. There's my ice chest with my name on it. Nobody knew. You ask the family what happened to it. When you go pick it up the next day, nobody knows anything. But then you show up at the next family function. Sure enough, there's your stuff. They didn't even have the decency to scratch my name off it. Just right there. How many times that happened to you? You ever it happened to you? At my family, boy, whatever you bring, you don't say, I'll get it tomorrow. You take it back that day or you'll never see it again. RD4254 7 to 7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. All right. So how many of you got a family where, man, if you go to a family function and you leave something, you'll never see it again. Or you'll see it at the next family function because, well, they needed it and somehow it ends up over there. It'll even have your name on it. It's usually the most common thing is ice chests and folding tables. For some reason, how many times you've gone somewhere, someone say, hey, can you bring your ice chest or can we use your folding table? So what do? Put your name on it, right? Good morning, Al. What's going on?
Morning, Ron.
Hey, what up, man?
Hey, I'm listening to when people bring stuff to the house. Most people write their names and all that. We're pretty good, but what I can't stand when people like my brother brings their friends or my brother-in-law brings their friends. They bring beer. They don't drink their beer. They drink all our beer, and at the end of the party, they go and sneak out their case back home. I can't. I'm like, dude, no, don't do that. I try not to focus, not to look at it, but it's hard. I'm like, hey, what you doing?
That's funny. That's pretty funny. Yeah, that's pretty funny, man.
All right, brother. Have a good morning, man.
Brother. Yeah, that's another thing that happens too. People take their stuff back. I mean, that happens in a lot of people do that, by the way. RD4254 7 to 7. It's Romeo outside 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo, RD4254 7 to 7, you guys. So I don't know what kind of family you got. I got a big family. So whenever you take something, whenever there's a party or whenever a family member borrows something, man, you better get that back. You know, you have a kid's birthday party and someone will ask you, hey, can I borrow your ice chest? Can I borrow a table? Not only you got to put your name on it, you got to make sure when they say, well, you can just pick it up tomorrow. No, you pick it up tonight. It don't matter if it's 2 a.m. If you don't take that ice chest or that table home with you, you ain't never going to see it again. Well, that's not totally true. You'll see it again. You'll just see it at the next family function. Nobody know who took it, but it'll keep showing up, right? And then all of a sudden, you lost your ice chest. RD4254 7 to 7. Hey, Romeo, it's funny that you're talking about that. I married into a big family. My wife, she has a big Mexican family, and they get together a lot. Family functions, birthday parties. They even have a family reunion every couple of years. I had this I had a Yeti ice chest, and you know those things ain't cheap. I used it for work because I'm a welder. Well, my wife asked if she could borrow it one time to take it to a birthday party. She wrote my name on the bottom of it. I've never seen it again. I went to pick it up the next day, like you said. I went to pick it up the next day, and nobody knew what happened to it. So I never saw my Yeti ice chest again. I had to go buy a new one. Those things are expensive. And my wife still has the audacity to ask me every time if her family members can borrow something when they throw a party, and I say no, and she thinks I'm in the wrong. No, you're not in the wrong. You got to know your family members, bro. It's not your responsibility to supply ice chests and chairs and tables for everybody's family and everybody in her family. Now, hell no, you're not wrong. She needs to stop asking. What's funny about my family, though, is everybody in my family knows who the culprit is, who's taking stuff and who's not returning stuff, who's forgetting they borrowed something. So we all joke about it. Like I said, the party I was at, the family function I was at on Sunday with my Yeti tub, the family members that were there are not the ones that, take your stuff or forget that they borrowed your stuff. So they all understood. They were helping me get my stuff. So yeah, they know. All right, 842-547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Oh, family, right? Hey, Rome, let me tell you. Oh, here. Hey, Rome. I let my nephew borrow the Santa Maria grill for a party. It's been a year. Hasn't taken it back. You're right. I need to go today. Well, that you may never see it again. It might not be there when you get there. I mean, man, when you got family like that, things disappear. You even put your name on stuff and it disappears. Let alone lending stuff, especially when you got big families, they throw parties. They want to use your stuff. So what do? You take that big Sharpie, you write your name on it. I'll come back and get it tomorrow. It's not there. It's amazing how it disappears. Already 42547-7. Hey, good morning, Rome. Tell the Yeti to put his girl on check because that's not okay. Just hearing her ignorance for me made me mad. And if I were him, I would never show up at her family's party again until someone reimbursed my Yeti. Well, the Yeti might actually show up again at a family party. So he got a shot to get that back. His name will be scratched off or worn off, but he'll know it's his Yeti. RD42547-7. Hey, Rome, I'm a mechanic, so I got family members always trying to borrow tools, man. Tools are expensive. I don't think I've ever gotten one back that I've ever loaned out, so now I don't loan them out. Exactly. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. It's funny. So I was talking about, family. When you get together with family, for parties, especially if you got a big family, you have parties and they might want to borrow something from you, like a table or, hey, can we use your ice chest? Ice chests are the worst. Ice chests I actually buy ice chests now just so, like cheap ones, just so when a family member says, hey, can you bring your ice chest just in case I don't bring it home? Because you're never going to see it again, even with your name on it. 42547-7. Hey, Rome, my father-in-law is notorious for keeping things if you leave it at his house. If you ask, is that mine? He'll just say, no, I bought that. Exactly. That's the way, man. And it could have your name on it. How many times? I don't know if you guys ever showed up at a party. You lent a family member something, a table, maybe a fold-up table, maybe some chairs, maybe an ice chest, maybe a grill. You put your name on it, right? So you know it's yours. I mean, I don't know what kind of family you're in. In my family, you got to write your name on stuff when you bring it. And if you don't take it back that same day, you'll never see it again. Nobody will know what happened. You go back the next day, hey, I came to pick up my ice chest. Oh, I don't know what happened to it. It was right here. What do you mean? I know it was right there. And it had my name on it. And then it's like that one sock in the dryer at my house, at my family's gatherings. You take your stuff home with you. And if you leave early, too bad. RD 42547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. So we're talking about lending stuff out, or your family members borrowing things, or people borrowing things from you. And do you ever get them back? In my family, if you don't get it the same day that it's being used at a party or a function or whatever you're at, you'll never see it again. Never see it again. You got to take it home with you. If you brought it, you got to take it home. RD4254-7-7. Good morning, Hal. What's going on?
Romeo, this is coronavirus stalker.
Hey, what's going on?
You're talking about getting your stuff back from family?
Oh, yeah. It's ridiculous how hard it is.
My mom. You let her borrow. You make food or anything, and she likes the Tupperware pan or something. She'll act like she lost it and she keeps it. So when I buy stuff, I take her stuff and I wash it right then and there. I'm like, no, Mom, I need it.
I forgot about it. Don't take your favorite bowl or pot over to a family gathering.
No, and then you want to know what I do now, so that way she don't keep my stuff. You know how, like, when you go to, like, a restaurant like KFC or wherever, you know the plastic that they give you in? They give you the food in? I give her those, and she washes them and reuses them. So I'm like, no, give me my stuff back.
Oh, that's hilarious. I never even thought about that. All right, thanks for calling.
Bye.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. How many bowls, how many Tupperware bowls, how many Pyrex containers, how many pots? How much, that's another thing. I forgot about that because that's what my tias be doing. They be coming over for a potluck or something like that. And they're right there washing their dishes, washing their pot, washing their pan, washing out their bowls because they getting ready to leave. And they know they'll never see it again. Absolutely. That's hilarious. Yep. Sounds about right. RD4254-7-7. It's Romeo. It's 94.1. 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning out. What's going on?
Top of the morning, Mr. Romeo.
What's going on, brother?
Man, Mr. Romeo, man, today being a little holiday and all, Mr. Romeo. I thought I'd chime in real quick with you, man.
Why is it a holiday?
Because it's Taco Tuesday, man. Come on, man. You be knowing, man.
I did not realize that Taco Tuesday was a little holiday.
Man, it's going to be a holiday when I bring back the 3 tacos for 99 cents.
That will be a holiday.
Man, they're going to make that a national holiday.
Yes,
for
they
real.
will.
Tacos wouldn't be around that much.
You ain't lying. 3 tacos for 99 cents? Damn.
Man, that would be a beautiful thing,
That
man.
would be a beautiful thing. You are not lying. Taco Tuesday.
There ain't no lie. You ain't going to walk out of there happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, but let me tell you, Mr. Romeo, man, it wasn't yesterday, man. It seems like every Raider hater was calling me, man.
Well, that's because, why?
Man, let me tell you, man, I wasn't even watching the game. My son tells me, hey, we winning, Dad. I said, why? So I turn it on. Oh, man, we're winning, man. I go get me some meat, turn on the charcoal.
Ah!
Man, and we lost.
In spectacular fashion, too.
Man, I stepped out of the house real quick to go flip some meat, and we lost.
Well, you should be used to it by now.
Man, I should have known better than to get ready and start firing up the grill.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it was already past halftime.
All right, man.
Man, top of the morning.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, the Raiders lost spectacularly. I did 4.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Hey, Rome, it's the guy with the Santa Maria grill. Anyways, my nephew still has it. He just uses it every time he has a party. He just tells me I'll take it on Sunday, Theo. I'm still waiting for it. Oh, yeah. They borrow stuff, man. Family members borrow stuff. You never get it back. Hey, Rome, ever went to help out a family member and they use you as a referee use you as a referee in a look like the bad guy at the end? Oh, I don't understand that. No, I never had that happen to me. Hey, Rome, I had a couple family parties, took a propane tank with my name on it, have not seen it since. That's what I'm saying. That's why even with your name on it, you never see it again. And you know it's yours. You'll go to a family, you'll go like your propane tank. You probably have been to family gatherings and they've been using your propane tank. and you knew it was yours. Already 42547 Hey, Rome. I bought my coworker a big mason jar with some michelada mix in it. It's been over 3 months, still haven't gotten it back. Like I said, man, it's amazing when people borrow things or you go somewhere with, or you go, or you take something to a party so someone can use it. I mean, how many crock pots you lost? How many crock pots have you lost because somebody said, hey, can I use your crock pot? And you never see it again. If you don't take it home with you, that's why when coronavirus stalker called, she's right. I remember the first time you see your tia, especially if you married into a family, the first time you see your tia cleaning the pot that she brought beans in or rice in, or she bought menudo in or mole in, and you see her cleaning her pot to take it home, you know. She knows she's never getting it back if she comes back for it. Nope. Can never. It's gone. If you don't leave with it, it's gone. Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo, RD42547. Good morning, Rome. Hey, I got divorced after 12 years of marriage. She cheated, I left her everything to start over. I left her everything to start over. Long story short, I move in with my sister and uncle. I was putting food in the refrigerator. So they say, oh, we don't eat that kind of food. Then my stuff started disappearing. So I started writing my name on my food and making and marking where my milk and juice was at. Oh, that's what our parents used to do with their liquor bottles. They would mark it. They start getting mad and saying, we don't put our name on stuff. I had to buy my own refrigerator so they won't eat my stuff. Yeah, how about going and getting your own place? I mean, wow. RD42547. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Hey, what up, Big Rome? Hey, this is Big Joe. I'm on vacation. I've gotten up every morning so I can hear your show, but my wife hates that I take my things for barbecue to our kids' house and leave them there so they have it. I bought her a knife set, and she loaned them to one of my daughters, and her friend took them home. So now she says, don't say, oh, that's funny. Your kids are a little bit different, right? I mean, that's what parents do. My mom does that. My mom buys stuff for herself and uses it once, and then takes it to our house or one of my brother or sister's house and leaves it. And just says, oh, yeah, well, you need this, I don't. And the only reason she bought it was to leave it at our house. I mean, that's what she does. So, yeah, I can see that. RD42547. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. I was in kind of an awkward situation yesterday. You guys, I've told you guys about cheating, right? I said, if I know you're cheating, I'll snitch you out. If I know it, I'll snitch you out. I don't care. So I was out golfing yesterday with a buddy of mine, and he owns his own business, works real hard, good provider, makes real good money, right? And I was, we went to have lunch afterwards, and there was some woman in there in the restaurant that we were at. It was a bar and grill, sitting over there, and he said hi to her, walks over, says hi to her, comes back to the bar, we start talking. And I said, who's that? And he was like, oh, I'm kind of messing around with her on the side. And I was like, and he just told me blatantly. And I was like, what? And he knows me. We've been friends for, I think, 15 years or so, maybe even more. So he knows me. And I go, bro, what are you doing that to? And then I get in this conversation, all of a sudden I'm born again Christian, being the moral, ethical one, talking about what are you doing? That's messed up. Your wife's great. Why? Blah, 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 blah. Well, apparently his wife knows about it. And I asked her about it because I wanted to know what the hell was going on. Like when you guys know, you've had friends over 10, 15, 20 years. You guys talk about everything and anything. So I asked her about it, and she said she knows about it. I said, what are you talking about? She goes, yeah, I know. He told me, but he's such a great man. He's such a good man. He's a good provider. He takes care of us. You know, he doesn't disrespect us, and so he's happier. Ever since he started seeing her, he's been happier. I'm like, well, what does he mean before? Well, he's stressed out because when you own your own business, you know, times are up and down. You gotta, you know, and when you're the sole provider for a family, you know, men get stressed, and a lot of men don't get credit for that. And I'm just going to do a side note here. A lot of men don't get credit for raising a family. It's stressful on a guy. We give all the credit to single moms, but no credit to men who raise a family. They deserve just as much credit as a single mom because they have to deal with just as much stress and headaches and everything that a single mom does. So she said he's been happier. And I was like, what? I couldn't believe I was having the conversation, to be perfectly honest with you. But then she tells me, no, I have a few friends that are the same way. Is this some sort of trend that I'm missing? You women are accepting your guys, your husbands, with having a side piece, having a little side action because they're better to live with, or they're nicer or happier. And my question was, why is it that you can't? What is the side piece doing that is making your husband happier or better that you can't do? So are you the problem? And I couldn't figure it out. And then she played up, told me, I guess is this a trend? How many of you women out there are letting your man screw around with another woman because it makes your life better, your life easier? Is that real? RD42547. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe I was having this conversation yesterday. It blew my mind. I never would have thought about that. I never would have thought that. But I guess my biggest problem though was, or my biggest question is, what are you doing as the wife, stay-at-home wife and mother, by the way? Why aren't you doing what it takes to make him happier and less stressed? Why does a side chick do that? And instead of you being upset about it, your life's just better now. Am I the crazy one here? RD42547. It's Romeo. It's Hot 84.1. Hot 84.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. I found out the other day that a friend of mine, he has a side piece. The wife knows about it and says she's fine with it. Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Romeo? It's the Angel.
Angel, what's up, brother?
Did I just hear this right about the trend? My wife heard it. She flipped. She said, "You better not call." I said, "Listen, I gotta call on this one."
I have no idea. My friends were telling me about it yesterday, about their relationship. I have no clue whatsoever.
Could you imagine man, I can't even begin to imagine. Like, I know what the side pieces are gonna do. They're gonna get down and dirty. So the wife she's like, "Okay, go see Sarah."
You think?
I mean, how does that? How are you not disrespecting your family? Because this is what a man told me. A man that cheats on his family cheats on his whole family, on his kids, and how could you trust a man like that?
But she knows. He's not really cheating if she knows about it.
No, yeah, she knows. He has a green light, an open door to the back kingdom.
But I mean, I've heard of, the only other heard close to this, Angel, was a few years ago. A husband and wife told me that they get a weekend every other year. They get a weekend where they go their separate ways and they do whatever they want for the weekend. They don't talk about it. And then I think it was every 2 years they did that, and they were a married couple. That's the only other crazy thing I've heard than just knowing, you know.
Man, you know what? I'm all day outside my wife's job right now. I ain't trusting this, bro.
Right, Angel.
All right, man.
I don't know. I don't. But my question is not the cheating. We know people cheat. We know people forgive, forget, and move on in their marriages. My question is, why isn't my buddy's wife doing the things to make him happy that Ice is doing? She just doesn't want to. I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? He says he's happier. She says he's happier. Have a better marriage, a better family life because he has a side piece. So the side piece is doing things that she don't want to do. I don't know. Already 42547 Rome. There's just something about having more than one woman, Rome, that makes life just better, especially if they're cool with it. That's the true meaning of happy wife, happy life, happy husband, or he will smash your cousin type stuff. Oh, I don't know if it's a trend. I mean, she made it sound when she was telling me about it, or they were telling me about it. It made it a new thing. Is that on TikTok? Is that where you guys are finding this? I have no idea. Already 42547. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Already 42547. So the other day, I was with a friend of mine. And we were playing golf. Then we met up with his wife for drinks and dinner, our lunch and everything. And I found out that he has a side piece. And the wife knows about it. And I was asking her about it. Now, look, I mind you might think it's weird for me to have that conversation, but these people have been friends of mine for, probably 15, 20 years. So it's not weird for me to have that conversation with my friends. And she told me that her life is better now. He's happier. The kids are happier. Everybody's happier. Her home life is happier since he got side girl. I thought it was crazy. I don't know if it's a new thing or what is going on. Already 42547. What did you send me here? Rome, are they Hispanic? No, Hispanic. Because I caught cousins in their 40s. He goes out and cheats and she knows and says she doesn't care. He takes care of the family and her. She works and makes more than enough money to support herself and the kids. The whole thing is weird and no one mentions it anymore. But growing up, we all thought she was gay. And we were shocked when she married the guy. Well, I don't know. Already 42547. The reason I say that, maybe, I don't know. But a woman called me a few minutes ago, and she didn't want to go on the radio. She says because she didn't want her family or her friends to hear her voice. And she said the same thing. She said she has started letting her husband have a side girl or a side piece, whatever, Sancha, whatever you want to call it, a few years ago because there were things that he wanted that she did not. So she allowed him to go do them with another girl. And she said the same thing. She said he's happier. Their marriage is better. They don't fight as much. As long as, and this is what they say, as long as the side chick doesn't get in the way of his family obligation. So, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if I ever heard about that. Women allowing it, And not only, I kind of get women that allow it because they know they can't, because they know they can't afford, they like their lifestyle. I understand women that allow it because they like the lifestyle the man provides for them and they don't want to lose it, so they allow him to step out. But to actually say we are happier because of this and he's still part of the unit in the way he's supposed to be, I never heard that before. So I don't know what's going on. RD47. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. I found out the other day that a friend of mine and his wife, and I've known these people, they've been married 20 years. I've known them probably at least 20. And I found out that he's got a side piece and that she's embracing it because they have a better marriage and life due to the fact that he's happier. And I got a whole lot of questions. Why can't you make him as happy as the side piece so he doesn't have to have one, but she embraces it? It's kind of weird. Yeah. All right, 842-547-7. 842-547-7. Good morning, what's going on?
Hi. I wanted to chime in on your little conversation this morning.
Craziest thing I ever heard.
I think that, well, honestly, the lifestyle women been doing it for years. They just let it slide. But I don't think it's a trend. At least it wouldn't be in my eyes. But I think the guys are happier, obviously, because the side piece isn't going to nag about their laundry, their dirty clothes, or what they're not doing at home. So they're just there for a piece of ass and to hear them complain about their wife or their family, and then they go. Easy. You know, and the wife deals with it probably because, like you said, they can't afford to live on their own, right? And they're somehow they can't live without this man, so they're going to let him do what he wants, or they're probably not happy themselves, so they're probably doing it too.
Maybe she is. I didn't ask her all that. That was, that's one thing I didn't ask her. It was just so weird to hear my friends tell me that. It was just, I wasn't
weird.
expecting it.
I mean, it's just like screaming STDs.
Oh, God. All right. Thanks for calling. Later. RD42547-7. Rome, do you think she allows it because she's doing the same thing? That's what the last lady just said. I have no idea. I didn't ask her. I'll have to ask her next time I see him. Rome, does she have another guy in her life? I don't know. I don't think she does. The conversation that I had was directly with her. It was her perspective. I wasn't getting secondhand information. I wasn't getting him telling me. I was getting her saying, with this side piece, he's happier, more pleasant. Their relationship is better. And I don't believe she works. No, does she? No, she doesn't work anymore. But she did work. She had a good job. And I think she can afford to. I don't think she needs his money, man. I guess she is stay at home right now. So maybe she does. I don't know. I think what I think about is women allow it because the man financially takes care of them, and they don't know how. They don't know if they can't do better in their mind. I'm not saying they can't. They can't. I'm just saying that they don't think so. But their relationship is better. Yeah, I don't know. RD42547-7 is 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. So I'm finding out, and I don't know if this is real or true or a trend, that men who have a side piece are happier. And the women that know about it are okay with it because they have their lives are happier or better. Good morning, what's going on?
Romeo, I'd like to say bravo and applaud these women. Men.
Allowing their men to be men.
They sound like great Raider white material.
Okay, I guess.
I mean, every other country, we're the only country that says that a man and a woman has to be married, and the thing that messed it all up was this divorce court. Other countries don't believe in divorce courts.
We are the only country that says a man and a woman, but a man and a woman don't have to be married.
They don't have to, but if you cheat on them, then they got this court. Back in the day, they didn't have none of that. They didn't have none of that, and men are happier. And it all just comes down to sex. Some women are not more as sexual as other women. Okay. This person's wife, she may be like, okay, the front door is open, but the back door is closed, so he's going somewhere else. So it's understandable, but look at animals. Animals, there's an alpha male, the lion, he has like 4 female lions following him, so it's been going on for...
Okay. All right.
Bravo. I applaud you guys. I applaud you guys. Go, girls, go.
All right, Raider Dave. Well, there you go. I guess Raider Dave. I know that we are the only country that says I did not know that. All right, 842-547-7. Hey, Rome, that's crazy, Rome, unless they have an open marriage. Well, I mean, I guess. But, I mean, if she understands, I don't know, man. Hey, Rome, remember the Arabian people, they have 6 wives. Maybe this lady has a little bit of Arabian blood. I didn't know that. Do they have 6 wives? I don't know. I just don't. Maybe maybe they just sex in the same way that you do. Okay? Sex is what's more meaningful? Respect and communication or sex? Love, respect, communication, emotional connection. Are those more important than sexual connection? I mean, because that's where everybody's going to find the issue is the sex aspect of it. So he has an emotional connection and for his wife, and he is having sex with this other woman, and it's meaningless sex. Does that change your perspective? I don't really know. I mean, do we? Raider Dave said how we value marriage in this country, right? And I don't know what he means. I'm going to go with his logic. So, do we? And here's the better question. In your marriage, if you don't value sex, that's not one of the most important things in your marriage, then why are you mad if your spouse is having sex with somebody else? Because to you, sex doesn't mean as much. So why are you worried about your spouse having sex with somebody else? It only means something when they do it with somebody else, but it doesn't mean anything when it comes to your marriage, right? Trying to break it down and figure it out. It's Romeo. It's Hot 84.1. Hot 84.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. So I found out the other day, one of my buddies, he has a side piece. And his wife knows about it, and she just doesn't care. She says he's a happier man, and our relationship is married and marriage is happier because he has a side piece. Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
Rome is Arnold.
What up, brother?
What I tell you every morning, sir?
It has to make sense to one
only has to make sense to one person.
But there's more than one person that have told me that they're okay.
Okay, it only has to make sense, and then it's their relationship. It works for them. Hey,
yeah.
You can't try to figure out someone else's relationship
No,
if you're not in that relationship. So
I get it.
I mean, hey, if they like it, you got to love it.
I just never would have thought. Never would have thought. But okay, I'm with you.
Well, I mean,
I agree with you.
I'm just saying. I mean, you trying to break down someone else's relationship, and as to why it doesn't make sense to you, but it makes sense to them.
Yeah,
and you're never going to win that.
I got you. All right, brother.
All right,
later, man.
Right.
What's going on?
What's going on, Big Rome?
What?
All right, let me try to get this out to where it doesn't sound asinine, even though it is asinine.
Is it? But okay.
It is to the extent being that it's not a real stigma that we have as a community or as a people to monogamy in a relationship. But people in a marriage, let's use an analogy of having a vehicle. You know, you have your car, you know, you have your SUV, you have your truck or whatever it is that you use.
Okay.
And when that car doesn't fulfill all its merits that it has, you end up renting another car, purchasing another. So in some of these relationships, a lot of these, and I have a few I know of that are okay with this, where they're okay with their husband having an additional female. It makes sense when you hear it, but it doesn't make sense to do it. For instance, the lady that I was speaking to, she says that when she comes home from work, she's tired. She doesn't feel like having sex. She doesn't feel like cooking. She just wants to go home and lay down and not really be bothered. Now, the husband, on the other hand, has the other girl who stays at home, who cooks and cleans and is there to have sex when the other girl doesn't want to have sex, and vice versa. Okay. So some girls are okay with it when it comes to laying it out like that. Then at the same time, when it comes to, you know, how you were sitting there saying meaningless and stuff like that, in a relationship, and this is from experience that I've experienced, when a girl cheats with another guy, 9 times out of 10, there's an emotional attachment there. You know, Corey Holcomb said one time, he says, girls will cheat on you to upgrade.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And they're sitting there looking to have a whole other family with this other guy. There's a lot of intimacy that's going on. If you cheat on them more than, 2 or 3 times with the same person, that's because you're getting an emotional attachment. So when you're cheating emotionally, it's a lot deeper than just cheating. I just had sex with that person just one time and that was it. You know, again, not my point of view. Just sitting there saying, it's the way that I've seen it unfold and heard.
And to be clear though, is it cheating if she knows about it and doesn't care? It's not cheating.
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay.
If you know what's going on, it's like when the teacher gives you a test and says, "Yeah, you guys can use your notes." The teacher gave you permission. It's not cheating.
Okay,
but if you're sitting there and you have notes out that you're not supposed to have, then cheating.
It makes a lot of sense. If there is some needs that the husband needs that the wife doesn't want to fulfill, and she's okay with another woman doing that, then I understand. I understand what's going on. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, man.
And again, it's not my cup of tea. It's not something that I would enjoy doing. I can barely take care of the one that I got right now.
Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. Romeo, good morning. What's going on?
Romeo, I like how that guy kept saying, it's not my cup of tea. It's not my, because he knows his wife is listening.
Well, she might be.
She's going to recognize his voice like everybody recognizes Raider Dave and be like, hey, was that you?
Oh, Raider Dave, does your wife let you have a side piece?
Hell no, she's Puerto Rican.
Okay.
She ain't down with that. But I just let you guys know that it's, American cars. We're all hunters. Like on the movie Jumanji, the guy that's a game hunter that's hunting all these people, that's men in general. Some of us will settle for a gazelle and stop at that. Some might find a deer, but what wants that trophy of a rhino?
Based on what you're saying, though, Raider Dave, you're saying that men have to have and conquer women because there's not one that's satisfying enough for the rest of your life.
Some, and those men are sex addicts. I am happy with, a nice gazelle.
Well, now you sound like the last guy that called. It's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. Get out of here, Raider Dave. Now he backtracking. But based on that logic, man, you can find a woman who will satisfy all their needs. You men can. You just don't want to. Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. So on Saturday night, I didn't get a chance to get to this the other day, but Saturday night, I was over at a buddy's house. And his teenage kids, they are 16 and 17 is what this teenage kids. They went to the fair. And so I'm over at his house hanging out. He's waiting for them to come home. So we were just, hanging out in the garage. They were supposed to be home around 10, 11 o'clock at night or something. 11 o'clock. The fair closed probably at 10 or something. So I said, hey, I'll hang out with him because he was waiting for his kids to come home. And we started talking, and I noticed he kept looking at his phone all the time. What are you doing, bro? Why are you on your phone? He goes, because I'm monitoring my kids. I got this, I think it's called Live 360. Is that what it is? You guys will tell me. Something 360, right? And he goes, it tells me exactly where my kids are at. And I said, well, let me see that. And I looked at it, and I'll be damned if it doesn't tell you exactly where your kids are. And I was thinking, man, parents today, man, they got it made. It just made me laugh, man. When I was a teenager, my parents didn't know if I was coming home. Same way, right? Your parents didn't have no 360 something to follow you around and see you and see what street you're on and exactly at. I mean, and to be perfectly honest with you, I'm glad. I'm glad I didn't know where I was at because I was doing some things that I probably shouldn't have been doing. I was probably some places I shouldn't have been, and I don't want them to know that. But damn, can you imagine? Just think about it. My buddy and I are sitting in his house having a couple of beers. He's watching his kids where they're at. When you left the house, your parents didn't know if you were going to make it home or not. You didn't know what was going to happen. That's insane. But he was all kind of stressed out about it. Why are you worried about it, bro? You got them right there. You exactly where they're at. Why are you tripping? Well, I'm like, calm down, man. RD4254-7-7. I thought it was funny. And then what was funnier though is his wife doesn't like it, which is kind of right. Usually it's the mom who's always up in everybody's business. No, his wife doesn't like the fact that she tracks the kids. She thinks it's an invasion of privacy to track your kids and where they're got. But I think she thinks that way because they're teenagers, because they're 16 and 17. I don't think she would feel that way if they were 12. You know what I'm saying? RD4254-7-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm in the valley. It's Romeo. So my buddy was at his house the other day. He was tracking his kids. I guess something live is it live 360? Someone's got to tell me something 360. Maybe live 360. Two teenage kids, 16-year-old and a 15-year-old. I think 17. And so he's tracking them, and he's waiting for him to come home. So I was just hanging out with him. We were drinking some beers. They were supposed to be home at 11 o'clock. And so I'm waiting with him. But he's stressed out about it. I'm like, bro, why are you stressed? You know exactly where they are. This thing could almost pinpoint them to a foot. It was crazy how accurate it was, right? And I don't understand why he's worried, man. Back in our day, and he knows what I'm talking about. When we left that house on our bikes or with our friends, our parents had no idea if we were coming back. They didn't know where we were. They had no idea. So what is he stressed out about? Hey, Rome, it also tells you their battery and the speed of their vehicle. Oh, this live, whatever, this tracking system that he has tells you all of that? Then what are you worried about? All right, 842-54-7-7. I mean, there's a lot of you out there right now that are thanking the Lord that they didn't have this type of tracking system when you were a kid. And your parents couldn't keep an eye on you. You know how my parents found out if I was home or not? During the day, they called the house. And if I didn't answer, I wasn't home. That's how they knew. Already 42547 is stressed out. It was funny. It was great. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Tracking your kids. My buddy, the other night I was over at his house and he was showing me how he could track his kids because his kids were out running around, 17 and 16, and he was showing me. I was like, man, dude, you guys got it made. You can track your kids down to, just to right where they are. It's wild. RD4254-7-7. Rome, that 360 is a good one. Firefly, when my kids were younger, it's a cool watch. Okay. All right. RD4254-7-7. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Roman?
What up, man?
Man, you gotta now, like, all the kids nowadays, we had common sense growing up, you know what I mean? All the kids now, they want candy, you know what I mean? So everybody's gonna worry about where the hell they're at.
They want that candy and the puppy, huh?
They want the candy, they're gonna do anything, man. We didn't have to worry. Us growing up, we had that common sense where the parents are like, hey, get in the van. You know what I
know. They're smart to not get in the van.
Hey, Maxim, was there a Tide Talk challenge? And who's dumb enough to do it now?
Let me think quick. What the dumbest thing? We didn't eat Tide Pods when we were kids, but what did we do? We sniffed glue. We sniffed that. We still at the damn school that we did that. So how's that any different than the Tide Pod challenge?
Chemicals, liquid chemicals going in your body.
So, but there's a chemical going in your body too. I mean, how is that any different?
But on the package, does it say "Don't sniff"?
Remember the big markers? Remember the big, those big black thick markers that they weren't even made by Sharpie, I don't think. But we used to sniff those things.
Hey, I still got a couple of those.
Yeah, exactly. All right, man, get out of here. I'm not so sure. I do agree with him. When we were kids, we were way smarter than these kids. We were much smarter. We were way smarter, but not much smarter, if you guys can figure that one out. I think kids are smart enough today, though, to not get in the van. Don't get in the windowless van with the puppies and the Reese's peanut butter cups, okay? Stay out of that van. RD42547. It's Hot 94.1. 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. We were talking about tracking kids, right? Is it okay to track your kids and so you can pay attention to them? Some guys said kids don't got common sense. They need to be tracked. Good morning, how? What's going on?
Hey, Romeo, you know I had to call on this one. Hey, I would have a brown paper bag with a gold can spray can. And we would be, hey, it would be higher than the Empire State Building, Romeo. And now you would go, everybody put out a paper bag, you know, the ones you put your sandwich in with?
Yeah.
And we'll get the golden spray can. And
these parents are over here running around acting like these type challenges or whatever. We were doing the same stuff.
Right. It's just like the cop syrup now, you know?
Yeah.
Grandma's cop syrup. We used to take that back in the day.
Exactly.
With 5 Vicodins.
All right,
bro.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You could call these kids stupid. You could say they lack common sense, and they do. But, I mean, it's not like you were sniffing the Sharpies. It's not like you weren't sniffing paint when you were their age. So, I mean, calm down. RD42547 Roma School. We would stand next to the wall, hold breath, and have someone push on our chest till we passed out. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Come on now. You just hope these kids have enough common sense to not get in the windowless van. That's all you got. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo, RD42547. I was telling you about the other night. I was at my buddy's house, and we were just drinking some beers, hanging out. He was waiting for his kids to come home because they were out running teenage kids. And he has this 360 app or Live 360 or something to watch them. And it is absolutely incredible that you can follow kids everywhere. But he's still worried about it. I'm like, bro, you gotta, all video. That's all it needed was video, you know? And so I thought he was worried too much. 547 and somebody said, well, these kids are stupid today, so you got to track them. Because think about the Tide Pod Challenge. Yeah, but we did stupid things too, sniffing the markers, the glue, we did stupid things too. So it's nothing new, okay? Probably if Tide Pods had been invented back then, we'd have done something stupid with those as well. RD42547. Hey, Rome, you think it's okay to track your kids? I do. Why not? Keep them safe, right? What's wrong with it? You know, it's funny. I grew up on a little reservation. My India 6 miles by, I think it was 6 miles by 5 miles or something. It was something real small, right? You know what my mom's tracking system was? Actually, every parent's tracking system was. You start calling around. Hey, these boys are here. These kids are out. You seen them? You just start making phone calls to everybody on the res. You seen these kids? You know where they're at? And they're pretty good. It's a pretty good tracking system. Oh, yeah, I saw them over here. They just were at the river. I saw them over at the Iweequee. I saw them down at the community house. Yeah, that was the tracking system on the res. RD42547. Hey, Rome, anyone know what the game suicide was on the handball court? You threw the ball at the wall, and whoever the ball hit had to run to touch that wall while everyone else on the court punched on you. Yeah. No, we never played that one. I know what it is, but we never. But we used, you want to talk about stupid. Have you guys seen, any of you that have seen that hill right there by the shooting range out there by Hart Park, how steep it is and it has that 90-degree turn? I used to live on a hill that was twice that size, okay? A road. So we would come flying down that on whatever we had, a skateboard, a bike, a green machine, whatever we had, and we hit that corner and hold that, because if you didn't hold the corner, you'd fly off about 7 foot off a cliff. Not a cliff, but into my property, about 7 foot. So yeah, you don't think that was stupid? We never even occurred to us that cars would be coming. We didn't even have a spotter. Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. All right, what'd you text me here? 842-547-7. Hey, yo, Rome, me and my brother, me and my bro in neighborhoods would get a rope tie up those little toddler push cars, the red ones with the yellow top. Little tykes, we tied up and to go and tie it to a go-kart and take off drifting. First one to cry loses, usually because that's when the parents stopped the fun. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's not... Kids today, they just do different stupid things. You did stupid things when you were a kid. We all did. Things that we, probably should have hurt us. But kids today just do different. In fact, I would venture to say that kids today are more than we were. To be perfectly honest with you, I mean, the guy brought up that Tide Pod thing. I would venture to say that we did dumber things than kids today. We were a lot more dangerous back in the day than kids were today. That's all I'm saying. So, all right, 842-547-7. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. RD42547-7. Yo, Rome, I think we were able to be out like that as kids because drugs weren't as open as they are now. If you want to be fair, I'm more concerned of my kids doing drugs since they come in all forms and senseless, not so much as their safety and dumb stuff, but drugs just in everything now. And you won't even know it till you're high out of your mind. Well, okay. I don't know much about. Do you think the drug problem is far more worse now than it was when you were young? It's hard for me to have that conversation because I grew up in the middle, right smack dab in the center of marijuana. My family owned marijuana patches. When I was a kid, I would go and watch my uncles water their weed patches in Humboldt County, where I grew up, where I lived. They used to camp, the authoritative agency that would come down and raid the pot plants would literally burn it where we could watch it. So I grew up smack dab in the middle of weed country during marijuana. So when we talk about drugs, I'm not a druggie. I don't know. I have a little bit of I don't really know what kids are doing. When you say drugs, like if I go to Taco Bell today and get a taco, is there drugs in Taco Bell? I mean, I gotta believe, and just tell me what you're talking about. You say there's drugs in everything, and that's what you're worried about. Are you telling me that kids don't go to drugs? I mean, isn't that a parenting thing you teach them, or they can? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Hey, Romeo, we used to put water and hot ice in a 40-ounce glass bottom, close, shake it up, and run before it bursts. Wow. RD42547. Yeah. All right, 8425. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. All I'm saying is I think kids today are just doing a different kind of dumb things than we did. I think kids all do dangerous things, right? From all the decades. I think we've all done dangerous things growing up. So it's just, I think they're just different. All right, 842-547-7. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. Good morning. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Rome? Man, I think we were right back in the days, Rome.
I don't know if we were stupid or I think we were smarter. I just think we did more dangerous stuff.
And that's what I mean. Like, I think we did more stuff that was on the edge because my brother had friends that would come over and they like to sniff that PVC glue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's what, man, Rome, you use that during the summer and you barely even get near it. That thing gives you a headache.
Yeah.
And these were taking and breathing that stuff. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we can't. You know what I mean? We're the only thing now that it's all out in the open because everybody's posting. Everybody, you know what I mean? Back then we didn't have that.
Maybe. All right.
But yeah, I mean, shoot, my wife has a cousin that her kids, they be sniffing gas, Rome.
Oh, God.
They're from Oildale, you know what I mean?
All right.
And they said there's nothing wrong with that, but yeah, now they're tripping.
Okay. All right, man. Later, brother.
All right, Rome.
Yeah, I think we all do stupid. We all do dumb things. I think kids today do dumb things than we did. I think the dumb things we did when we were kids were a lot more dangerous. And Ruben's right. You can just see it all that's going on online. And I don't even know how real online is, So it's tough to say. Kids today, I think, don't have the same common sense. When I say we were smarter than they were, we had enough common sense to know to not talk, to not believe everything. We had enough. I think smarter from an education, is an education standpoint, or maybe we were just smart. Our parents were just smart enough to tell us not to say stuff, because we didn't know what we were talking about. Kids today have no idea what they're talking about when they see something on social media, and they believe it. But from a dangerous standpoint, I think we were far worse. I don't know. All right, 842-547 is Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. Romeo. All right, 842-547. Speaking about being dumb kids, right? How many of you do you think kids today still stick a butter knife into a light socket? We did. Do kids today still take that 9-volt battery and put it on their tongue just to see? We did. So I don't know. Hey, Rome, I think back in the day, we got away with the dumb stuff we did, no matter how bad it was, and people would find out about it about all the bad stuff happening in town, unless you were part of it. And since our parents didn't know, they didn't worry about it. And nowadays, with social media, as soon as something happens, it's all over the place. Yeah, I think too. You're probably right about that. All right, 842-547-7. I gotta go. It's Hot 94.1.